Hi everyone, so I'm on my way to pick up the pupil that I'll be doing my standards check with, and this is actually the last lesson we'll be doing together before the standards check. So this is Monday the 19th of September and my standards check is on Thursday this week, the 22nd of December. In fact it's 12:33 as I record this, so we'll be 3 days from now I'll be doing it. This will just be starting off. Now, I also feel like the lesson before the standards check is really important, the one with the pupil you've got before the standards check, because in this lesson it's going to set the tone, so to speak, of what you'll be doing in the standards check. So the idea is for today, we're going to go and do the pupil's second mock driving test, because we did one about 3 weeks ago when we worked on things since then. So we're going to go and do this other mock test today. The first hour will be like a normal 1 hour lesson, and then the second hour will be the mock test. And it lives just around the corner from the test centre, which is really handy for Thursday and today, because it means you can finish quite late. We've only got to go just around the corner. If we finish his mock test today at the end of the lesson, we haven't got too far to travel back to his. So yeah, now the plan is, if it goes really well, the mock test of today, then what we're going to do on Thursday is we will be looking at sort of post-test training. So even though he hasn't passed his test, I would like to do a lesson where I demonstrate the fact that it's not just about passing the test. And there's some roads over by the test centre which are pretty awkward that we haven't been on before. There's one where you're going down the road, it turns into this really narrow road which is two-way. It's a bit like now, it's a bit like this kind of width of road. It's two-way, but there's only room for one vehicle each way through this narrow tunnel. Just after that, there is a drawbridge, which is the same, where you sort of have to go over to the top of a hill and go over a drawbridge, which can be up in the air, and you can have the red lights flashing saying stop and wait for the bridge to come down. And then just round from there is a ford which you could drive through. There's like a river going over the road. And then just round from there were some lakes where you're actually driving, a bit like I am now, but there were massive lakes on the left and the right with just a wooden barrier to stop you going into the lakes. So if he does well, that's what we can do. We've actually already done 2 lessons before where I've took him to areas he didn't know, and he did really well. So if the mock test doesn't go so well today, then of course we just work on whatever didn't go so well on the standards check. So the idea is I'm going to get the test marking sheet out and show the examiner at the start of the standards check, and I can say to him, look, this is what we did last time and this is what we're going to work on. I don't think I'll get to do the lesson where we do sort of post-test stuff, because he has had a problem with coming down the gears. He just forgets to come down the gears every now and then. So I hear he sort of brakes and does a clutch, but he forgets to come down to second or first. That's about the only problem he has. So the problem needs fixing, but he doesn't always do. It's just every now and then he forgets the gear. So yeah, that's probably the last video you'll see from me. I might do one on the way back today, let you know what's going to happen, but this will probably be the last in-car video that you see until the one before my standards check. So my plan is to do another video the night before my standards check. Now today I've just had delivery of my studio equipment, so I've now got a proper background and proper studio lights I can use to record videos with. So my videos should look a lot better from now on. You should have like proper backgrounds, and the sound will be better because I'll have a proper microphone and things like that. So I hope you've enjoyed this series up till now. It's coming towards the end of it now. It seems like it's been going on for ages. Was it June? I think I started filming these videos, start of June. And it's now coming to late September. So I'll say like 4 months almost, 4 months of building up to a standards check. Hi everyone, so I thought I'd give you a quick update on what happened on the last lesson. So we went and did the mock driving test, and it was pretty good, but there's one thing that went wrong, which is when we came off a roundabout, for some reason he doesn't normally do this. He came off into the right hand lane of the dual carriageway instead of the left, and then there was a car behind us in the left lane he couldn't pass, because obviously they're not allowed to undertake, and then he moved into the right lane behind us, and then we didn't move left until I actually told him that you've got to move left. So that's what we're going to work on my standards check. It will be dual carriageways, and also further on the roundabout there was a roundabout where we got the lanes wrong. So that's what we're going to do, and thankfully that is my favourite topic to do anyway. So dual carriageways and lanes on roundabouts is what we're going to work on. It's quite easy for me because that's something I've done, you know, more than any other topic before, and yeah, it'll be pretty good. It's quite easy to work out the timing for that because my test centre I go from is right outside the roundabout where we got it wrong, and all you've got to do is go up the road from there. There's a dual carriageway which is 2 miles long, national speed limit, and then at the end you can either go right and do, you know, come back to the way you came, or you can go ahead and do another roundabout which is one by motorway. And he did ask a question about something about motorway signs. You know, when you get like the little stumpy lines on the sign, and it means, like, you know, the motorway exit, like as in don't come off the roundabout this way because it's the motorway exit. So yeah, lots to go over there, and there's also going to be some roadworks that have been there for the last couple of weeks and they're still there now. So I'm just going to turn into the shops here to pick up a few things. But yeah, it's going to be really interesting to do that topic. It's similar to what I did last time. I did large roundabouts last time, but I didn't do them with dual carriageways. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to do that, see how that goes. The roadworks might come into it because there'll be something we can talk about there. You might know, or you should know if you're a driving instructor, on the dual carriageway, even if the lanes are reduced to 1 and it's national speed limit, the speed limit of 70 still applies. So even though it's coned off, there's 2 lanes, 1 lane's coned off, it's still 70 on a national dual carriageway. But of course you shouldn't do that because there were men in the road. So that gives us something good to talk about. We did mention it briefly before, I remember going over that with him a while back. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. So just picked up my my studio stuff as well. It was delivered earlier on, but I had to go and pick it up from somewhere. So yeah, I've got down in the boot, and I'm just going to go home after I've done a little bit of shopping, and just going to be good. So I should give an update again in my next video. That'll probably be the one I do the night before my standards check. So yeah, thanks for watching. And if you're still watching, by the way, if you noticed the video didn't stop, this is quite new. This is a very new high street area. This is what's it called? Longbridge. It's where the old Rover cars used to come from. Just seeing what it says here. Yep, blah blah blah. 3 hours free parking. Tariff applies after that. Yeah, so I don't have to pay because I'm only going to be here for about 10 minutes. So yeah, I'm just going to go into Poundland and pick up some glasses, some new glasses for my new home. So if there's any parking spaces there is, I think I saw some down there. So yeah, thanks for watching. Just thought I'd show you this new high street bit. Well, loads of parking spaces here.